Man, here we go. All right. Here we are. We are live. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, whether you're live or on the replay. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite nerdy podcast where we talk about everything pop culture, but especially comic books, movies, anime, and sports. That podcast being Comic
X Weaver! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I'm your co-host, James, a.k.a. Comics Are Cheap, a.k.a. hashtag Send It to James, a.k.a. Loki Episode 4. I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, a.k.a. Come on, Dino. Hit me with the music. Black Santa, acknowledge me, revere me, a.k.a. big dogs eat, little puppy dogs stay on the porch, a.k.a.
All right.
Super Code.
Uh-huh.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Well, what? Water. Sponsored by nobody. We still don't got no sponsors, man. Happy Halloween for everybody. We passed that though, but happy Halloween. But we be getting them sooner and later. I'm telling y'all, next year though, we're gonna have some crazy things sponsoring us. I mean, the next Five Nights at Freddy, we're gonna be in it. We're gonna be sponsored. We're gonna be sponsored by
it.
all that, man. But until then, we are unsullied since 2021.
That's right. Hit that like button for us. Smash it, mash it. Whether you're live or on the replay, we appreciate y'all taking some time out of your day and hanging with us. Always feel free to talk some shit and drop a line in the comments. We always get to you, and we are happy for the participation. Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, Chris, did you watch the new one?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
Straight up trash.
Oh, it was trash. Okay.
I was not a fan of it personally.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. The one thing that was, I will say there was some cool things in it. I did like how they did like certain Easter eggs that was laid around in there. Hell, even at the beginning of the movie when they're showing certain things, it lines up perfectly of what happens at the end, and it's like a little smart Easter egg if you pay attention to it. Plus, they had some YouTubers in it who I think was cool in this sense of they had the guy who do game theory. He's in the movie. Okay. And he's done so many game theories on that particular game over the years that him being in the movie was like, that's cool and that's perfect. And it was another YouTuber at the end. I'm forgetting the guy's name. But he put the game on the map in a lot of ways because when it first came out, the first Five Nights at Freddy, he was streaming it heavily. And he got a whole big boost, and a lot of people watched this stuff. And Markiplier, I know they tried to get him to be in the movie, but apparently his scheduling didn't work out perfectly. So maybe if they do a sequel, because I think the movie was only like $20 million to make or something. So,
so really low budget.
Yeah, they'll probably end up getting that, and they'll probably get a chance to do a part 2. I don't think it's getting good reviews though.
Okay.
I don't know what it is on Rotten Tomatoes, but I believe it's bad. I believe it's bad.
Believe it's real bad.
I believe it's real bad, but no, I personally didn't like the movie, and the main reason why was just I get why they had so many people in the movie, but in a way that kind of took away from like the specialness of the game, where it was just you and these animatronics trying to freaking kill you. And then have all that other like tons of thousands of people being in the movie. But I mean, it just wasn't for me. I just didn't like it.
All right, I feel you. Have you watched any horror movies recently that you've been digging since it's Halloween time and everything?
Oh man. Funny enough, I'll end up rewatching the Paranormal Activity. Rewatch that again.
Oh, okay.
That was just fun to rewatch that. I rewatched the first of all. because I was like, I like the first couple of Saw, so I rewatched a couple
Oh
of them.
yeah, okay.
So that it was something that was so funny. So I rewatched Scream, and then
The first one?
dude who's the villain of Scream is the villain of Five Nights at Freddy. That was funny.
The first Scream?
Yes.
You talk about the dude who was Shaggy and Scooby Doo?
Yes.
He's in Five Nights at Freddy's. That's funny.
I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm pretty sure he's the villain of Five Nights at Freddy. I know it's one. I'm pretty sure it's the first Scream because it was. Yeah, he was trying to kill Cindy. Very sure it's the first Scream. Yeah. Yeah, it should be the first Scream.
Okay. All right. First Scream is the. Oh yeah. Look, Matthew Lillard. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. First Scream is dope as hell, dude. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
I mean, all of them have been pretty solid, but yeah, the first one especially was iconic. Yeah, shit. Good old Shaggy. Did you know? You know what I've learned recently? Speaking of Shaggy, did you know that James Gunn directed that movie, the live-action Scooby-Doo?
No, he did.
Yeah, James Gunn directed Scooby-Doo, and his original cut received an R rating.
Oh my god! This man was gonna have some crazy happening in Scooby, man.
Yes. So apparently he had so many drug references. Apparently there were so many drug references. It was a little more scary and like a little because I think they were originally shooting for PG-13 to make it like whatever, like an adult Scooby-Doo or like just for the nostalgia sake. But so there were so many drug references, a little more horror scenes, a little more blood. I'm pretty sure
there was a sex scene with Freddy and Daphne.
There was definitely a little more skin shown in the original cut, and so they had to CGI clothing onto certain characters. After the studios were like, you know what, we need to cut it down to a PG. So I say release the gun cut of Scooby-Doo. I would like to see the full unrated version, please. If we could just make that happen at some point in my life, I'd be very happy. Yeah, because I think that would be really fucking funny.
I mean, we have free the Snyder cut, so free the gun cut of Scooby-Doo.
Release the guns.
Release the gun.
Release it. Suns out, guns out. Let's go.
Let's go. That is crazy.
Yeah, I recently learned that. I was like, what? That's nuts. The movie I watched recently, horror-wise, that I had not seen before. I watched that movie Megan, the one with the dog.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was not really a horror movie though, to be fair. So I was a little disappointed in that aspect of it, but it was okay. It was a very strange movie, but it was alright.
Yeah, it was alright. I agree. It was alright. I mean, it ain't Chucky, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was expecting. So I was expecting like a Child's Play Chucky type vibe where the doll's just killing everyone and anyone for no fucking reason just because it's a psycho. But really, that was not the case.
No, that was not the case. And to be fair to Chucky, he needed a new body.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they would have just let him talk the fucking kid's body, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It would have been all good.
He probably just wanted a dick. Can you imagine being trapped inside of a body with no dick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not even gonna go into the shit that happens in Chucky's Bride, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on now. I'll be pissed too.
Right.
Where my dick go? It's gone now. God, he still has those feelings, those urges.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll be killing people too.
Yeah,
just like that happens, man.
Saying.
Yeah,
maybe that's why he used the knife. Isn't that what they say? It's like an impotence thing if you're killing people with a knife. So that's why Chucky was doing it. He had no dick, so he had to stab you with a knife.
That's true. Yeah. I tell you, man, there was a kind of somewhat off topic, but not. And this ain't a funny one though. But I was reading a story and then watched like a video on it about this killing in Tokyo a couple of years ago on Halloween. Basically the Japanese Joker, they was basically calling this dude, where he was in a train, and Tokyo trains always gone, just like New York.
Right.
much fast pace. Honestly, maybe in a faster pace. Honestly, but everybody's on the train. It's Halloween. There's people dressed up, and this dude is just sitting normally. Only thing missing, he doesn't have the Joker paint on, but he has everything else. He's the Joker. And then he's just sitting there, and then out of nowhere, he pulls a knife out and he stabs the guy next to him.
Okay.
And it was so crazy and so fast, people thought it was a sketch. Like, this can't be real. This is a prop. And then they quickly realized, no, when he starts continuing to stab people, that, oh, crap. So people started running to the other cart. And then he started pouring gasoline like in the next cart, and he lit a match. Yeah, and he lit a match, and he started burning it on fire. Luckily, they was able to emergency stop at an area where they can get off the train, and so the people were getting off the train, and he basically knew his fate, and he just sat down in a seat and just lit a cigarette and just waited for the police to come get him.
Dang.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I know, man. I'm like, damn, man.
That's hardcore.
That is hardcore. So that's definitely intimate with a knife. So yes. Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, let's jump into some sports type stuff. We had some crazy football stuff going on. I don't know if Mahomes is a fraud or what's going on right now. I don't know what the deal is. I just know if Taylor Swift isn't in attendance, Mahomes doesn't play well. It just seems to be a little weird. No, I'm just kidding. But I was highly upset that the team that Miami put up 70 on, Mahomes couldn't even throw a fucking touchdown pass.
That was disappointing. Yeah, no, I agree. That was disappointing and embarrassing for Mahomes. Of course, I believe in my boy. He'll bounce back. He'll be fine. But that was definitely such a bad performance that will be mentioned by the Skip Baylesses and the people who are just gonna look to trash Mahomes for the rest of his career. They will bring that game up because he looked like he couldn't play. I was sitting there like, damn, is that Patrick Mahomes or is that Daniel Jones in a Chief jersey?
Daniel Jones returned?
That's what I'm like. Is he in a Chief jersey playing for the Chiefs now? Son ain't right here because
I'm sorry. Speaking of
Daniel, don't know how to. So what's happening here?
Speaking of Daniel Jones, how about them Jets? Jets with another win, baby. Look, I don't know, but Zach Wilson, I don't know what to tell you, bud. But Zach Wilson might take the Jets to the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is going to take over from there. This could be the Jets' year.
So when you look at that game, okay, because I got to bring the perspective here. All right. When you look at that game, all right, the Giants had to lead for damn near the whole game.
It don't matter. They didn't win.
What's so funny about it? All of a sudden, the Giants just they get one touchdown. They couldn't get one touchdown. They couldn't do anything.
Because
the Jets defense, I know it's so good, but they couldn't do nothing. And hey, Zach Williams just kept it okay, and they end up winning in overtime.
Yeah,
but I mean, this is more of the Giants.
All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing to think about. If the Jets were to make the playoffs, could you say it couldn't happen without Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Or would it be it couldn't have happened without their defense?
Oh, it couldn't happen without their defense. Because if you think about it, because especially if you look at this game in particular, the defense kept the Giants from doing anything, right? If Zach Williams couldn't do nothing on his end, and the Giants defense is not lights out. It's a bad defense. So if he can't do anything on his end, then they lose. If the Giants made this let's outscore each other, the Jets lose the game.
Right.
So no, the defense is the main reason why they're doing their thing. But Wilson is playing good enough for them not to lose.
I'm just, we'll see. We'll see what happens, next week with the Chargers on Monday night.
And the Chargers up and down team. I don't know what to say about that.
Chargers are all over the place as well, so it'll be interesting. This could be one of those games that's actually like a good game. It could, unlike whatever the fuck we watched on Monday night with the Raiders Lions. That was boring.
Oh my god! Speaking of the Raiders, I mean they're cleaning house now. Coach Josh McDaniels got fired, which I mean, can people stop giving him a job? I mean, seriously, as a head coach, seriously, he is one of the worst head coaches I've ever seen. Stop giving him a freaking job. Honestly,
send his ass back to community college.
I'm sorry. Look, he is good at being an offensive coordinator for Bill Belichick. All right, he is good at being an offensive coordinator. Keep him as that. But as a head coach, he doesn't know what he's doing. And God knows, man, stop giving people who worked under Bill Belichick jobs. They all suck. All of them. They suck.
They all suck.
They all suck. I'm sorry. You look at their combined record, it's like 190 something to like 140 something, like 200 and something losses. It's embarrassing. It's a 40 something percent. It's embarrassing. They're not even at 50%. They suck. The best one there ever was, I think, was like the dude who coached for the freaking, I think he coached Houston for a little while, but he sucks too. They all are bad. So just stop giving them jobs, all right? Like Belichick, it was Belichick and Tom, mainly Tom. So just stop giving these guys head coaching jobs. Every single one of them has been terrible.
I think it's quite being shown that it was mainly Tom.
Yeah, it was mainly Tom.
Yeah.
It was mainly Tom.
Bengals, Joe Burrow finally waking up. Third straight win in a row. Oh yeah, he's been hurt, but he's back. He's back in the game and 3 straight wins. So putting up over the 49ers, which was
I think the 49ers are on like a 3-game losing streak, aren't they?
They're on a 3-game losing streak going into a bye week, so maybe they can reevaluate their shit and recompose.
What's going on, Purdy, man? He's turning the ball over now.
Yeah,
a lot of turnover from Purdy. What's happening, man?
Brock. Ever since George Kittle stood in the end zone with a "Fuck Dallas Cowboys" T-shirt showing up, showing the crowd, they've gone 0-3. So I don't know what's going on there. My fantasy team has the same record as the Panthers. Panthers finally won. My fantasy team finally won. Listen, and barely. I almost lost because Mahomes did not show up. And who am I thinking that Mahomes would have a better score than Purdy this week when they're playing the fucking Denver and Purdy's out here playing the Bengals? I was like, well, surely Mahomes is going to outscore Purdy. Wrong. Just wrong. Completely incorrect. Yes, Mahomes put up 2 points while Purdy put up 17, and I almost lost the fucking game because of that. I'd have been so mad, bro. I would like that. That's what has happened every week for me, though. It's been something like that, where like a player that you would fully expect to do very well against the team that they're playing against has just fucking sucked, and then the guy on your bench who you're like, there's no way he's going to put up any points against the Dallas Cowboys defense because they've been playing so well. He just decides to go off on 4 touchdowns or whatever and just destroy. So that's the kind of shit that I've been dealing with this year. It's been a very weird, like very unpredictable year. I think that the refs are being paid a little bit more this year. Something's a little strange.
It has been some bad officiating, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on what's going on, but there's definitely been some strangeness.
That is very true.
But how about the Panthers though? 15-13, I'll take it.
Hey man, look, this what makes it so bad. You know who's the biggest Panther fan right now? The Bears.
The Bears?
Because the Bears got the Panthers pick. The Panthers' first round pick goes to the Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Bears are like, bro, keep losing. Keep losing, bro. We don't need you to win. Just keep losing, bro. They could set things up where they can get the first and second pick of the draft if they play their cards right.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
is that real? Wait,
Yeah.
so if they're the second worst
So,
team,
yeah, if they're the second worst team, and if both those teams be the first and the worst two teams, the Bears have the first and second overall pick.
bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. So if I'm a Bear fan, I don't want us winning. I don't want Carolina winning. It's just like, all Giants fans. You don't want the Giants winning any more games. You was cheering for Zach Williams and the Jets to pull something off here, so you can have a chance to draft somebody to take Daniel Jones' bum ass place.
Wait, are the Bears the second worst team right now? They're 2-6. Wait, hold on. Is that really happening? Oh no, the Giants are also 2-6.
Giants are also. That's what I'm saying. Okay. It's a fight right there for them to be the worst.
Do you think they're gonna tank?
If you're the Giants, if I'm the Giants, I'm tanking.
No,
what are we playing for right now? We're 2-6.
If you're the Bears,
Oh, if you're the Bears, hell yeah, I'm tanking. Man, look. This is the thing. If I'm the Bears, if I'm not fully 100% behind Fields, then our first pick is going for Caleb Williams of UFC. Our second pick is going to Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
Damn, we got a quarterback and a star receiver. We got two guys who are looked at right now as the future of each of their positions.
Okay.
I'm going for that. I want that. If I'm a Bear fan, I want that. So yeah, I'm like, tank.
Does the NFL have any rule if it's for obvious or you're caught trying to just purposely lose games?
Yeah. They can fine you. They can technically go into there and try and take picks from you. Like if it's that you're doing something really, really bad like that, like if it's 100% proven. But the chances of that happening
are low. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need a whole bunch of whistleblowers for that, and I mean a lot for them to be like, all right, that's what they're doing. But because right now everybody's looking at the Bears and saying, oh, it's a bad organization. Justin Fields was set up to fail, but the organization's bad and blah blah blah. They're not necessarily looking at them as like, oh, they're trying to tank.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the case would be if they're just kind of going out there and just kind of letting them walk into the end zone or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're definitely seeing that. The league will be like, all right, that they're not even trying.
Yeah.
Like, what was that? What the hell was that?
Like every game, it's just 90-0.
Yeah. Anytime any quarterback that gets a little bit of something going, the coach just sits him down, puts the next guy in. He's like,
You see a coach on the sideline with a hammer as he walks by the quarterback. He just hits him in the knee real quick.
Yeah. I think he shattered something in his knee. So we gotta send the water boy out there. Suit up, son. Yeah, go ahead. You got this.
That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
gosh, it's fun.
It's been a little interesting in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely some. Any other games that you wanted to point out specifically?
No, yeah, you honestly hit the real big one, because the biggest one I was like, what the hell, was the Patrick Mahomes game. I was just like, bro, what?
Yeah, but now they play the Dolphins next week. Overseas. They play the Dolphins overseas next week.
Yeah.
So they're going to be tired.
Yeah.
They're going to be going up against cracked out Mike McDaniels or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, it is going to be crazy because that Dolphins offense too is going to be gone. Man, Waddle's going to be gone.
Of
Tyreek
course.
Hill's going to be gone. Like it's
Tyreek's going to be running fast as fuck. That running back that they got is absolutely on a cheat mode. And yeah, Waddle is continuing to put up touchdowns. So it's just craziness, man.
Yeah, and Tyreek's going to be motivated going against his old team. So, man,
the Chiefs still are not known to have the greatest defense.
Very true. Very true.
Especially
again, Patrick hasn't necessarily been playing bad, but he has not been playing Patrick Mahomes football this year. So, man, if you're going to get the Chiefs, it's where you can get them. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, now's the time for sure.
It is.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting. I am excited. I'm not excited to have to be like up early. I probably won't be up for the kickoff, but I'll be watching it just to see what's going to go down, because this is going to be an interesting game for sure. So we will we'll see. I don't think there's any other matchup next week where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, same.
I mean, Cowboys Eagles, that's kind of a rivalry, but nothing exciting enough. Yeah, I don't think anything else.
I'll be more excited about that a little bit later on in the season, where it's a little bit more important.
Yeah,
because this is their first matchup, if I'm not right. When it's a little bit later on, that second matchup will be a little more important. But yeah, for seeding and where they're at. But I'm not too crazy about that. I feel it's we'll see. But yeah,
for sure. All right, what we got NBA wise, Chris? Because I'm super excited for this news.
All right, so I know what you're excited for, but me and you was talking a little bit about Victor Wembanyama, and he's been playing very well overall this season. He's talking about the Suns game, and he struggled in the first half, but in the second half, the end of that fourth quarter, he really stepped up. And they got a nice win. Durant made a really bonehead play at the end.
Yeah.
But he was Durant. He played very well too. The Suns just hasn't really been healthy neither. You really haven't been able to see Bradley Beal and Booker and him really play together because they've been out with illness and injury. So it's going to be interesting when they get healthy to really see how they go, because they're going to need that. But Victor's been playing pretty good. Anything
he's just like, bro, he is just, it's so crazy to watch him. He has the longest like human wingspan on the planet Earth, but he still moves, like a natural athlete. Like it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And like, so if you were to just see him by himself moving around, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's tall, but he's still like, he's got move. Then you see him against like all these other people, and he looks like, Slender Man out there on the court. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Blocking people, and he's 5 feet away. Any other case would be a wide open shot, but he goes and he blocks it. He's dunking from halfway out from the free throw line, barely jumping and still dunking over people. The shit is just, it's like building a character where you give them all height. You know what I mean? Like
and no max out his stats.
Yeah. You max out the height stats and shit on 2K or whatever, but he can still shoot, and he can still fucking take it to the hoop, and he's still got crazy crossover. I'm like, God damn, bro, what is this dude?
He's something else. He is something else. He has been doing very well overall. Like, again, the way they hyped him, and I said, like, come on. The way they hyped him is that he was going to have, he's the greatest prospect since LeBron James. And then there's some saying he's the greatest prospect of all time. I mean, I think he's going to be I think he's going to be an all-time great if he stays healthy. Yeah. But I don't see him having the greatest Spurs season, because people forget how great Tim fucking Duncan is.
Tim Duncan.
Like, this dude, people forget his rookie year, he was on the All-NBA. Let me repeat that. He was on All-NBA his rookie year. He averaged 20-plus points. He was an all-star. LeBron was not I don't think LeBron he definitely wasn't on All-NBA his rookie year. I'm not even for sure he was an all-star his rookie year. He might have been because of voting, because back then the voting was a little ridiculous. But he might have been. I can't remember. But either way, Tim Duncan was unbelievable his rookie year, and he continued to be that player his whole year, his whole career. So I don't think he's going to have that kind of rookie season, but I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to be on an all-rookie team, obviously. But yeah, man, like, get his dude some time. Let him fully understand the game. But his ceiling is unbelievable, though. I definitely will say that. Like, I think he's going to be an all-time great. Like, his ceiling is that. Like, he's so freaking talented. It's all about if he can stay healthy and keep a good mind on the show. Keep a good mind on his.
Get him some protein shakes.
Pop is the perfect person to have as your head coach. Listen to that guy, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Listen to him. He'll be on a good path and he'll be fine, but just don't let it get to his head and don't get caught out by perfume and everything and go crazy. But if he stays focused, yeah, that dude's going to be an all-time great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he needs a couple sandwiches, maybe some protein shakes, get him in the weight room a little bit. No, just get him a little bit of because obviously people are going to be trying to hit him, elbow him, push him around because they're, especially as the season goes on and you're playing more and more games and it gets closer and closer to the playoff push. They're going to be trying to look for any way to take you out, basically. Not necessarily in a cheating type way, but maybe an extra hit bump or box out, a little more aggressively. You just don't want to get hurt because these dudes can outlift you.
Absolutely.
And I know being tall, even being like I feel like I'm small, comparatively, but being long and gangly, you're automatically not going to be lifting as much as some of these stockier dudes. And so just getting a little more weight on him, and he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right.
I agree with you, man. I fully agree with you on that. He is going to have to get a little bigger, but honestly, he's in the perfect era though, because thank God he didn't come in, a couple of, the early 2000s, the 90s, the mid 2000s, where centers was much bigger, stronger, and it was more about that physicality in that paint, where now it's not as much. It's a lot more perimeter type game.
Yep.
But when he does go against the Embiids, the Giannis's, and the Jokic, that's when he's going to have those real problems, because those guys are going to get real physical with you, and that's when he's going to have more of a problem. But for sure, he definitely needs to get bigger so he can combat those guys in the paint and go all over the place with them too. So yeah, he definitely needs to get a little bit bigger, but he's definitely on a good path right now. He's looking.
Oh
he's
yeah.
looking really good.
The other thing I was just going to say is with tall people, and like especially like what I'm seeing with him is that he'll probably, even though he doesn't necessarily need to, he should probably still work on his vertical jump and just progress that as much as possible too, because it's a very easy thing for us to be like, oh, I just got to reach up. I only need to jump a little bit. Like that's how I was kind of like all the way up until high school, and then the coaches were like, no, you still need to improve your jump a lot. So I wonder if he's kind of in that where like, oh, I'm 8 foot tall, my wingspan's 8 feet, I can just kind of reach up and touch the top of the backboard. I don't really need to jump. Like, I'm not saying he can't jump, obviously he can still jump, but to like, if he were to increase the jump even more, oh my God.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. That's the joy about it. He has so many things he can continue to work on and just get better and better. That's what makes it so scary. That he has so many things. He's already in a good spot, but he's gonna. Again, that's why I think a guy like Greg Popovich is gonna make sure he does that. Great coach. I can never say anything bad about that guy. He is going to continue to push this dude and make sure he reaches that ceiling.
Yeah.
So the Spurs was the perfect organization for him to go to. Because keep this in mind too. They had like a stat since Pop basically got hired. There has been like, I think it was like 300 or 500 head coaches for every other team. And the Spurs have only had one. It's just been Pop. Like, it's crazy. That's just how. That
is crazy.
You never need to get rid of him. The guy's brought you multiple championships. He's the coach that don't do anything stupid or get in trouble. He wins. So and he's the one who teaches you. He can teach you how to be a man in the NBA and what you need to learn. And he's just. You don't hear players saying bad things about him. So like, man, I hate it working for that dude. Like you hear like players will say they kind of hated Belichick in a lot of ways. You don't hear that with Pop, but he still has that discipline that he teaches you. But it's more like a father figure teaching his son in a good way, where Bill is more of like, it's 100% just business.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, I'm going to replace you when your time's up. Like, that's just
right.
So, yeah, the Spurs, again, perfect organization for him to go to, and just man, woo. He gonna be a damn problem in a few years. He's already a problem now, but he could definitely be the face of the league in a couple of years. But
okay, that would be really cool to see.
Hey, we still got some things though, because Curry is still playing excellent. Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Giannis has his guy. My Lakers are just fucking there right now. I don't know what the hell is going on with my guy. Gabe Benson destroyed the Celtics in the playoffs. He was Miami's second best player. And then all of a sudden, this dude is out here giving us like 2 points a game. What the hell happened? I was excited about that signing. And now he ain't giving us nothing. D'Lo is D'Lo. I don't know what. I don't know why he's still on the team. I don't. But Anthony Davis, I mean, he had a bad first game, it was a weird first game. He's going against the defending champions. He was saying how pumped up he was for this. He heard all the chants of "Who's your daddy?" and then he went out there and found out that Jokic is his daddy, I guess, because he gives you 16 in the first half, and you know how much he gave us in the second half, James?
How much?
0.
A
flat out 0.
Mama, a bagel.
You can't get the fucking free throw on?
A donut.
He couldn't even get to the damn line. And then, but hey, since that game, he's given us like 30, 28. I mean, he's playing very well.
Okay, there you go.
But
all right.
it's just something that's just, and hey, again, LeBron's I said it before, I'll say it again. In terms of, I've never seen an athlete the freak that LeBron is. I mean, he's still giving you like 23, like 8 and 8, basically. You know, this is a guy who is on the lowest minutes restriction of his entire career, and he's still giving you these good numbers. I mean, I don't know what LeBron is. Come on.
Someone needs to test him. Someone needs to test him for some steroids.
Make sure I don't know. Steroids. Steroids ain't gonna make you do that in the NBA. That's why NBA players don't really do the steroid thing. It's not really. You need that cardio, and steroids can't
of course.
That way. So you know, but the thing is, I ain't test that man, see if he's a real human.
Exactly.
Ain't right.
Make sure he's a real human. Mm-hmm. He's an alien. I don't know what he is.
Yeah, that's right. That's the true reason why he was put in Space Jam 2. He made some demands, said he'll blow the planet up if we won't give him put him in Space Jam 2. Make him
he's
a hero.
Looney Tune. Oh my goodness! All right, now let's get to the what's going on with Dwight.
Let's talk about Dwight real quick. Oh my God! So there was a lot of people and a lot of things because like. He tried out. It was something with the Golden State Warriors. He tried out. And they didn't sign him, and he was trying. Like he just been playing overseas, and no one would sign him. So there was a lot of rumors of what's going on. I don't necessarily think this has to do with anything, but I do want to point it out, maybe because we end up finding out Dwight Howard is being sued, and it was like, why is Dwight being sued? Well, he is being sued by a gentleman who said that Dwight Howard forced himself on him. Okay. So here's what the guy said. He said that him and Dwight was texting back and forth, and he's sending out the screenshots of the text, because that's what people do. And it's some graphic stuff. It's a lot of flirting between both sides.
Sure.
Aggressive flirting between both sides. And then apparently he called the man over to come to the crib. He came over to Dwight's house, and then they started kissing. It was consensual kissing.
Sure.
But then things went to a whole nother level where he said Dwight surprised him with a man in a wig. It was supposed to be like, like a trend, but the guy said he went off on it. He was like, this dude had a full-grown beard. He had a cheap Payless wig, and he had some heels on and a dress. And he said he felt very uncomfortable with the situation. Sure. And he let Dwight know he wasn't really feeling this surprise. He didn't really want to do this. Then he said Dwight forced him down. He forced him down, and then forced his he forced oral on the guy. Dwight went down on the guy forcibly.
Okay. Forcibly.
By the way, the guy with the terrible wig, according to the guy with the terrible cheap wig, his name was Kitty. Her name was Kitty.
Oh shit!
Kitty.
I'm dying.
And then after that was over, Dwight realized, I guess, that the guy was he wasn't enjoying it. He realized from what he was doing, the guy was not enjoying the situation. And then he
realized the dude was not rock hard from his forced fellatio. Oh, that's weird.
He was not,
okay.
No.
Okay.
And then Dwight basically told him to get out the bed. And then Dwight and Kitty finished the situation with each other. And then the guy wanted to go home. And apparently, according to him, Dwight forced him to have Kitty drive him home. And he is suing Dwight for that.
All righty.
Dwight Howard came out and never actually denied any of that happened. He just denied that he forced himself. He never once said that it didn't happen. He said that it, all of it was consensual. So he never denied it. He just said it was whatever happened was consensual. He also went out on Instagram or maybe it was X. I don't know what it was, but he went out on social media and he made a video. And I don't think he's handling this so bad, but he went out and he was like, "It's nobody's business where he puts his wood," and blah blah blah. It is people's business when you're getting sued. You are a public figure. You made millions of dollars playing a game.
Yep.
Because of that, you no longer have the argument that you have this privacy. You don't.
Well, it's also, you can say it's no one's business, whatever. Sure. But if they're saying that you rape them, it's kind of someone's business,
It's everybody, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like
again,
I was, Bill Cosby could also make the argument it's no one's business of who he's fucking until he raped 60 people. And then you're like, maybe he's a danger to society.
Maybe. As well as, look, sorry, it's not consensual it's not completely consensual when you surprise somebody in the bedroom.
Surprise.
That is not how that works. All right. It can become consensual, but it is not consensual when you just surprise somebody in the bedroom. That is not
surprise, how that bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some dude, girl just shows up like, wait, hold on, who are you? Like, that is not how that works, Dwight. So,
goodness gracious,
that was not agreed upon, apparently. So, yeah, that is the situation. What's going on with Dwight? He's been very. I guess a lot of people upset. What is getting at him is because a couple of years ago, a lot of his. Matter of fact, I forgot the girl name, but she was on Basketball Wives, and she was saying that Dwight was gay. And she has children with him, but she was saying that he was gay. And he did an interview where he denied all that. He was like, no, he's not. And now this is happening. Look, I don't know. I don't care. That's not a big deal. Like, if you are, you are. If you're not, who cares? But when it comes to the rape part, that's when things are a big deal. That's when it is a problem. And maybe this guy is just doing this to get money out of Dwight. I don't know. But that is the situation that's going on with Dwight. And like I said, with Deshaun Watson and every other case that we brought up on this podcast, until the facts are shown that it actually 100% happened, everybody is innocent until proven guilty.
Sure.
So we don't know what happened, but that is the situation. We will find out because this case is obviously ongoing. He's being sued, and it is one of the big things in the world of the NBA right now, or basketball in general. I don't think the NBA cares too much because he's not he's not their problem anymore. But
yeah, no longer.
yeah.
Gotcha. I gotcha. All right. Well, that was a fascinating update, and yeah, golly, craziness. And that's ain't even the first time that Dwight Howard has had some unusual allegations brought up against him.
That's the concerning part about this, yeah.
Yeah, so a little weird, but we'll stay, up to date with what's going on as we get more information for sure. Because yeah, my goodness, my goodness. All right, anything else sports wise?
I think that's it. I think we're good.
You think that's it?
I think that's
only thing I had NHL wise was Rangers just set a franchise record for winning 5 games on the road, baby.
Okay.
Rangers looking
the first
good.
time they won 5 games in a row on the road?
5 games in a row on the road.
Is that really hard to do in hockey?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently. They swept their whole road trip, and right now they look great. They fired their coach, Gerard Gallant, at the end of last year. They hired Laviolette, who used to play in the NHL a long time ago. I think you and I were joking a little bit. Laviolette looks like the only fucking pro sports dude who just gained weight. Let's just put it nicely. Not the right type of weight that you want to gain, but he definitely looks. He hasn't been out that long because I remember Laviolette playing when I was a kid. So it's not like this dude's 70 and, he's out of shape. No, this dude's 50 and looks like he ate an entire bakery.
Right.
But despite that, apparently he is the correct coach for these dudes because they are going off right now. All of their stars are playing. Some of them have points in 9 straight games, which is crazy. They're off to a fire start. Only lost 2 games on the season so far, and looking like a strong first place contender for their division. So let's go Rangers! Hell yeah!
Let's go Rangers indeed.
My Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes, not looking as great.
Not as good.
Not as good a start. Just because they're having some goaltending issues and letting in a lot of goals per game, which is not great. Hopefully they get to turn that around. I think they've won their last couple in a row, so they're kind of starting back on the turnaround. But definitely when everyone was like, "Oh, Hurricanes are kind of the favorite to go all the way this year because of what they've done the last couple of years and the additions that they've made this year." One of those additions was not a quality goaltender, unfortunately. So we'll see what's going on there. But I mean, we're still pretty early in the season. We're not even. I guess we're 10% into the season. So it's still a lot of games to be played. We'll see what goes down. But yeah, just a little update there. And then Connor Bedard is the big talk of the NHL right now. He's still doing all right. I think he just scored another crazy goal recently. So he's definitely playing well, not getting hurt, which is more than I expected from him. Honestly, because he's tiny. He's a child. He honestly looks like a child when he's out there on the ice, which is just so weird.
Out there playing like a man, though.
But he's out there playing like a man. You're right. Yeah. He is definitely surpassing some expectations. I mean, obviously, I knew he was going to score some goals, but he is looking like he's solid on the ice, and he is getting tossed here and there for a hit. But it seems like he knows how to take a hit, which is good. Some dudes go out there and recently, this one rookie went out he hit someone else and knocked himself out hitting the dude.
Right.
And it's like, bro, you can't be doing that kind of crazy stuff. So he knows how to handle himself, which is good, especially for his size. So good stuff there. But that's all I got for NHL.
Nice. I'm telling you, hey man, these rookies out here in these sports right now dominating, man. It's good to see. Good to see.
It is. It honestly is. There are quite a few, across all the sports right now. There are some just breakout rookie seasons happening, which is which is great. That's good to see. Just the future of the sports is it's in good hands. It's always good to see that. All right, let's move into some comic book, movie, show type news. All right. Loki. You want to talk about Loki for a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about Loki, man. So, spoiler alert, obviously, for episode 4. But, man, woo! So, it looks like everything is being reset in a way, huh?
That could possibly be one of the ways that they're going with this. Yeah. I was thinking that when I watched it.
Because at the end, it looks like, it looks like this is like a singularity, the Big Bang in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do love the face that Loki had. He's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the end.
Right.
Was you shocked by old boy being killed?
So when Victor Timely goes out and he's immediately like evaporated.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, my first thought before I saw it explode and basically it seemingly exploded to take out the TVA, right? We don't actually know until we get the next episode what happened. But when he's initially evaporated after he steps out, I was actually wondering if he just gets sucked back into all the time streams. Like the time streams are just basically collecting him back to like put Kang in every time stream. That was the first thought that went through my head. That might be a crazy thought. I might be completely way off base or like, whatever. But my first thought was like, whoa, did the time stream just absorb Kang kind of a thing?
Right.
I don't know. Like it was a weird thought that popped in my head. But yeah, that was crazy just to see him just be disintegrated.
I was thinking something kind of similar because when I saw that and when I'm seeing the reset, I'm sitting here like, okay, so is this gonna mean that this is basically what in a way kind of always happens? Like everything kind of resets itself in a way, like everybody who like all of them now is going to be reset where Kang is going to kind of start over from the beginning and set everything back up. Mm-hmm. Maybe even in because it's also making me wonder when exactly is all of this taking place? Right. Does season 2 actually legitly takes place before Quantum Mania?
That's a good question. Keep going. I'll look that up.
Because it's starting to make me wonder that maybe even that Kang in Quantum Mania didn't even die. Maybe he ended up being sucked in and that he's going to be sucked into this new version. I mean, obviously now with everything that's going on, John and Major, we'll get to that later, but maybe that the original thing was he actually didn't die and he got sucked in to another universe and he would have been sucked into what's currently happening now and he would have been the Kang of the new version that's going to be after everything kind of gets reset to kind of start over again in a way. Maybe. Again, no idea. We don't know. We're not going to know until the next episode. It's going to be more clearer. And it can also explain why Loki could be fading in and out of different worlds because this thing is trying to reset itself. Because the MCU handles the excursions a little bit different than the comics in a lot of ways. Because help me if I'm wrong here, but if I remember right, how it was explained in the MCU at least is that an incursion happens when someone is plucked from another universe and goes to that universe that they're not supposed to be in. And then the Earths kind of like start to phase together to correct themselves. Wasn't that how the MCU explained it?
If I remember correctly, yeah, they said that. I honestly don't remember how they explained it. I thought it was did they explain it in Loki or did they explain it in another movie?
I felt like it was kind of explained in Strange's movie.
Oh, in Strange's movie? God, I haven't watched that since it came out in theaters. I can't remember, dude. I haven't seen that one since it was in theaters. That's how they explain
how the excursion works there.
Right.
That is basically something like it's obviously is different than what happened in the comics.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and another thing too was because making all of this really set up to like what really makes me think more that it's like a reset in a lot of ways is, remember in the MCU, and in a way the main thing of how Ragnarok works anyway, but especially in the MCU, when Ragnarok happens, everything is going, not just like, Thor and his people and they get, no, everything is going to get fucked up and reset. Not
Right.
just Thor and Loki stuff, not just the gods. No, everything gets reset. So since Ragnarok has happened, all of this is now leading to that reset that was supposed to happen.
Right.
That's what's making me feel, at least. And this is the perfect way of, now I've been wondering the whole time, how are you doing the X-Men? How are you doing? If this is like a reset type thing, this is a good way how you can introduce the X-Men. Because every reset is a change in a lot of ways. It's not going to be the exact same way everything happened before.
Right. Right.
So this could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot of cool things to think about, but I thought it was a dope ending. That was pretty cool episode.
It would be, it'd be really interesting. So, obviously, with the exception of how episode 4 ended, episode 1, I was like excited that Loki came back, but then 2 and 3, I just felt like, I don't know, it was like, and then most of 4 as well. I was just like, damn, we're dealing with the same issue that has not changed at all for 3 episodes. I was just like, man, this is like, I was like, man, I can't believe Loki has fallen like this. Like,
you were starting to I'm with you. It was starting to get to what people were saying, like, it's not as good. Yeah,
I was almost giving up on it. I was like, damn, this is kind of, whatever. Like, it was cool to see Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston work together again. They pair off each other so well. But I was like, with the first season, something different was happening every episode. There was a different, almost like a different problem every episode, but the whole like the theme was revolving. But for this one, I was like, it's the same issue. They're just not doing anything. I felt like they were just spinning their wheels in mud. But yeah, then with this, with the ending of this latest episode, I was like, okay, all right. So we'll see how they play this, but it did seem like they were setting up a reset. I don't know how big of a reset, what kind of a reset, if there's going to be some last minute save that they do to start the next episode. I don't know. But yeah, it should be some crazy stuff because they did put in, He Who Remains, Temporal Aura. Maybe like there was some kind of default, Miss Minutes is doing some crazy shit. Which,
because even with her, she's kind of being reset too. Because she was basically destroyed. She was basically erased.
Yeah, they turned her off and on again, basically.
Right. So that's why I'm like, again,
so it
seems that way.
All of that is what made me lead to believe where, like, when Kang was, or when Victor, it was evaporated, I was like, oh, dang, they recognized him, or like there was some failsafe put in, either Miss Minutes or like by him himself. And so when he stepped out and hit any part of the time stream just like sucked him back into it. So that he would always exist, kind of a thing. That was my first thought, but I really don't know where they're going with it because
no idea.
These show writers, can do some crazy things and sometimes just do whatever the fuck they want, kind of a thing. So we never know until we see the next episode where they're going.
Very true, but I will say they needed an ending like this because I'm with you. It was getting to a point where you're sitting here, and I was hoping we wouldn't have to have that conversation because I was like, man, episode 4 ends and it's the same as it's been. I'm gonna have to come on and be like, you know what, Dino? I don't know, man. It's definitely not as good as season 1, and it's starting to get a little boring. But they needed an ending like this to definitely give us way more excitement and like uneasiness is unnerving, to give us like, oh crap, tons of theories that can come out of what's gonna go down, They needed something like this because that's what season 1 was. Every week, me and you would come up here and we would have like, man, what is happening? Is this going to happen next? Is blah, blah, blah. And it was interesting to see where they went. So it's good to finally see that happening now. And it's like, hopefully it continues that.
Yeah.
And the next episode is building off of it. And it's not just like episode 4 was the ending of episode 4 was the highlight of the whole damn season. That would be bad.
Yeah, no, that would not be fun. That would not be fun. All right, but we will see what happens with episode 5 tomorrow, actually. So you guys will all be able to see. How about Gen V? Let's switch over to Gen V, the other show that's been going on. That finale is on Friday. So what are you caught up on that one?
I have. I don't know. It's definitely hasn't been bad or anything like that. It's just been. I just want the boys to come back. That's all.
I feel you. I think this very strongly tie in, though. I don't think this is just for no reason. Obviously, with what they're making with this virus has huge implications. Bringing in Mallory now knows about the virus, which means, of course, Butcher is soon to find out that there is a virus that will fucking kill Soups. And of course, you know what he's gonna try his goddamn diggity darnest to get his hands on that virus. I knew they were gonna fucking murder the dude who created it. I saw that coming from a mile away.
Yeah, of course, I knew that too. I was like, there was no way he was gonna like. So because I thought if he survived through this, he would die in literally episode 1. I was like, Homelander would just show up and snap his neck, or somebody would just kill him literally in the first episode. I didn't think he would go past episode 1 of the boys. I really didn't. So him dying here, I was like, yeah, okay.
The chick running for what is she running for? Is she running for senator or governor, or what is she running for?
I feel like it's senator, isn't it?
Senator?
Whatever she's running for.
So her having the same powers as Marie, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know that it was a blood thing up until this point. We just assumed she could explode stuff looking at it.
Right.
As long as she had eye contact with whatever she was trying to explode, she could make something explode. But she has the same power as Marie, which kind of ties into what they had mentioned in a previous episode, where they offhandedly said Marie doesn't even know how strong she could be.
Right.
Yeah. So that's crazy to think of. We got 2 head poppers now.
That's double the trouble right there, man. It's like a Team Rocket sketch over here. Look, man, and see, that's what's making me want the boys back even more, because it's setting things up so perfectly. Because this is 100% tying into when it comes back, but it's setting things up so perfectly for like there's a lot more things Homelander needs to worry about.
Oh,
a lot more than when.
But he's going to be so. I think he's going to be so. I mean, he's obviously always self-centered, but I think he's going to be so fucking focused on the fact that he's running Vought now. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants, kind of a thing. Public doesn't even care that he just murdered some dude, kind of a thing. You know, they may try to like put him on trial or something. You know, they're gonna follow this whole like what they're doing with it's like a side by side against Trump. So they're gonna like try to put him on trial or whatever. But I have a feeling he's just gonna kind of go off the rails even more. Like he just every time we see Homelander, he's just going more and more crazy. He's going more and more off the rails. So I think that's just what it's going to be. And then he's not going to realize that this virus is a problem until it's too late.
That could be what actually takes him down.
Yeah, or he could just fucking skadoosh. He could survive anywhere, right? He could probably live in space.
That's a good question. Can he breathe in space?
I don't know. Well, he can't breathe, but can he hold his breath that long?
Long enough to find another.
Can he survive without oxygen?
Obviously, can't hold his breath forever.
No. But the right now, so the guy, I don't think the guy did the guy ever make the virus airborne? I don't think so. I think it's just fluid contact. So
I
he could
think
just
yeah, it could
chill
just be
like
yeah. So
he could just chill in the Himalayas for a little while, type of thing.
I
Top of Mount
suppose.
top of Mount Everest, top of wherever. He could just
Yeah.
fucking camp out, where they can't get him. Because you really can't break his skin. He's bulletproof. So you're gonna have to like force that virus down his throat, type of thing, or up his ass.
Arthur's dick. Um,
Yeah.
some girls giving him oral. Look,
Dwight Howard.
my God.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Damn it, Dwight Howard.
Oh shit, man. Shout out to Dwight Howard. Like shout out to Kitty.
Yeah.
Like I just I I don't know, but it does make you wonder because this also gets you with theories on what is going to be the thing that really makes him completely just snap, right? Like, is it going to be one of those things where like he finds out about these girls heavenly and he starts killing them, and then they actually put him on trial for that? And then that type of pressure just makes him say, fuck all this because it's all going downhill. Will they put him on trial potentially for the first killing, really? And then, like, because of how much the fans and everybody love him, he basically just gets literally the ultimate snap on the wrist where they already just be like, nah, he's fine. He's in it, so he can go.
Yeah.
And then that gives him that motivation to continue to kill. Like, it's so many ways they can go with this. That's why I'm just so excited for this crap to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish we had any kind of inkling of a date when it's going to come back.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy because this ends in an invincible start. So at least there's that. But still, like,
yep. So
either way,
we
they did
get
a good job with the series, though. They did a good job with the series.
Yeah, they did a great job, I think, with I mean, it's been a great mystery.
Yeah.
Their own like teammate type thing betraying them. That was a good little twist. I like that because everything pointed at it being that weird hypno dude, but it wasn't him. So that was cool. Yeah, it's keep it. Yeah, and hypno hustler. Yeah, it's been it's keeping you on your toes, and it's a good story, and it all ties in with what's going on. So I've been very much enjoying it. I can't wait for the finale, but also I don't want it to end, which is a good sign of a good show. But at least Prime is giving us, just like you said, Invincible starts on Friday. It's debuting with a 100% positive review on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's fucking go. I am so excited for this show to return.
Same. I am too.
Oh my gosh.
God, I am too. That's going to be freaking awesome, man. This is going to be really good.
We get a little bit of multiverse taste with Invincible. I'm excited to see how they're going to approach Omni-Man and going forward with everything like that. What Invincible is going to have to do is going to have to choose, against his dad or what, we'll see. Can he even be trusted? Are they going to be able to trust him going forward?
Right.
Since he is half Viltrumite himself, maybe they're going to start to think that he has teamed up with his dad, type of thing. Yeah, totally. So we don't know what's going to go down there. I'm very excited though.
Same. Extremely excited. Extremely excited. It's gonna be a great damn show.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. We have there's a lot of rumors going on right now. There was that little Marvel retreat, the Kevin Feige executive top people retreat going on, and usually we get a lot of good news out of it. This year, not so much because of everything that's been going on. So the first thing that we got to talk about is that there are heavy rumors that Kang is just going to be scrapped from the MCU. It is not going to be a Kang-centered villain piece. We're not going to get Kang Dynasty, and instead Marvel might be looking at Doctor Doom as the big bad for the overarching phase, or 3 phases.
I mean,
There's been a lot of setup with Kang so far.
Yeah. I mean, way too much setup with Kang. So for you to do a bait and switch here, it's going to be sloppy. It's not.
It would feel rushed, I would
It's
say,
going
to
to be
say the
rushed.
least.
Yeah, it's not going to be a smooth. It's not going to be the
rushed.
smoothest of transitions. Then you got to hope that whoever plays Doom doesn't, fuck up too. But yeah,
Very true.
I mean, because at the end of the day, like I was telling you before, like the real big bad in the grand scheme of things, the Secret Wars was really Doom anyway. But I mean,
in both too, right? Like not just like Volume 1. I mean, obviously you could say the Beyonder was the big bad, but like, dude, when you get down to it, when Doom is just constantly seeking that power, and then eventually steals the Beyonder's powers.
I mean, he was the main guy. It was all about.
It's always Doom. It's always Doom.
Yeah. The Beyonder may have kicked it off, but Doom was the main big bad in the whole grand scheme of things. Mm-hmm. So this is just a weird situation because the way this case is going so up and down. And then
we're getting news about Jonathan Majors. Oh, the trial still has to happen. Oh, but now the girl that originally accused him has been arrested for assault. Oh, but now like he has been kind of cleared, but they still need to have the trial. Like I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but I know Marvel is not a fan of their potential huge villain star being imprisoned. I mean, because that is a possibility. What's up, Street Food is good in the house? How you doing?
My boy was good.
Street Food says that Jonathan Majors needs some better lawyers. I would agree with you because it's just like why are we still having this problem? Why has there not been an expedited trial? Like why are we dragging this out?
Agreed.
You have a right to an expedited trial. You've been accused. Okay, 24 hours, baby. Let's fucking go. Yeah. You 100% have that right. So I don't know why these lawyers are just like. I don't know if their plan is to like maybe people will forget, but Marvel's not forgetting. The mouse is not forgetting.
No, the mouse is extremely upset. And look, I understand. It's what I said before up here. I was like, yo, let's say Dino, you become like this giant industry king of the comic realm and everything, and I'm part of your camp. You don't want me fucking shit up and you hearing that stuff going on. Like that kind of distraction does not help. It's like, athletes who start athletes and then their homies messing everything up. You don't want somebody part of your camp having issues, and especially legal issues where Marvel has never had to deal with this. None of their other guys, when they became part of the MCU, was causing issues like this outside of the MCU. Like you wasn't hearing them court cases. All the stuff that happened with Robert Downey Jr. was before. Once he became Iron Man, you didn't hear anything. Nothing but good, positive things. And that's the same thing with everybody else they hired. So then when this one guy comes and he starts, again, definitely not saying he did anything. Not even saying he didn't do anything. Don't know. But you hearing all this stuff happening, and it's just it's a black eye on your squad that you can't get rid of. It's just there, that shiner showing everybody. It's I can agree with Marvel on being pissed off and kind of like, we might have to scrap this dude. Because at this point, he's more trouble than he's worth.
Did you say it's a black guy on your squad that you can't get rid of?
What? I said the black eye.
Oh, black eye. Okay. Oh, okay. I was a little confused. I was like, damn, Chris, that just doesn't seem right. He said it's the black guy in your squad. You can't get rid of. I was like, out of pocket, but all right.
That's racist. Oh,
for sure. What the fuck, Chris?
I didn't say that.
Bro, it sounded like, I don't know.
It did not. I said I. Shut up, James. Anyway, yeah, so, I can see why Marvel's upset, all right?
Yes. Oh, of course. Yeah, no. Marvel is definitely not happy, and that's why these talks are happening. I mean, this whole retreat, there's, like I said, it's been nothing positive that has come out of this retreat. Obviously, all the execs are like, we need to fucking change some shit. So that is just number one. Number two was the Blade movie. So apparently they took a look at like the script and everything that was going on. Even after the director walked out, they hired new writers, they redid certain things, they looked at it, and Blade was like the fourth most popular character in his own movie. Yeah. Like he was ranked that low. It was apparently supposed to be like some like I don't even know. What was reported was that it was like a female driven movie, and it had all these like good life lessons that they were trying to teach. And I was like, in Blade, Vampire Hunter, we talking about the same guy right now? Like,
and
I don't need a life lesson when I'm going to watch Blade kill some vampires, bro. I just want to watch him kill some fucking vampires.
And how many, like, if I'm going to watch a Blade movie, and again, remember now, this is supposed to be Blade 1 of the MCU, not Blade 3, not Blade 4. This is Blade 1. And the movie is, you're sitting here telling me this is a female empowered movie. It's supposed to be Blade again. Sure. And Blade is the fourth guy, the fourth main character, the fourth main character. The movie is called Blade. The equivalent that's like on an NBA team.
Yes.
And you look at the Clippers right now, and we even talk about the James Harden crap, but who cares? You got Kawhi Leonard, who's number 1. Yep. You got Paul George, who's number 2. Then you have James Harden and Russell Westbrook, whatever's going to be number 4 and number 3 and number 4. In this situation, Blade is after James, and he's number 4. He's Russell Westbrook.
Right.
We have a problem when the movie is called Blade, and he is the 4th option on your team.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What am I watching then?
So Mr. Ali, I have a hard time pronouncing his first name. I apologize. I think it's like Mahershala or something like that. But he has threatened to walk. Now, for the second time, he is like, I'm ready to walk out of my own project where I am the star. So they are actually talking about just canceling the project altogether. But currently, they have fired the current staff, a writing staff, and everything. And now the budget is set under $100 million, making it one of the cheapest budgets for an MCU movie. And if it goes through, they're aiming for somewhere in 2025. I would assume around Halloween time, since it's, traditionally a horror type flick. But yeah, we're looking at 2025 with an under $100 million budget. But it could still just be scrapped altogether. We don't know.
James, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you this movie seems to be cursed? I said it's up here that I wouldn't be surprised. Remember, I said I wouldn't be surprised if it got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I said that all up here because this whole thing from the get-go has been bad.
Yeah.
Since
this movie was announced, I was still in Greenville.
Yes.
For sure. Yes, it was like the first year I was doing big cons, dude. This was like 2017, 2016, 2017. That's when this shit was announced, bro. We're talking about 6 years ago, and they're still saying it's another 2 years.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
The fuck?
When it was announced, I went from happy to like, when is the release date though? Like from the beginning, there was red flags about this movie, and it continued 6 years later. We still have these flags here. They're almost on fire now. Like
it's crazy.
Oh my god, man! Like I don't even blame him for being like, this shit might not even be worth it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, especially if it's
like, is this worth it?
Especially if it's holding him up from doing other movies or other projects or something. Yeah, if you're delaying that payday, plus you got to stay in that MCU shape.
Yep.
You know he's been like in shape, and he ain't getting any younger.
Yeah, he's not. He's already was an older guy when he was casted, and he's an even older guy now. So it's like you're continuing to stay in that shape, and like you're working hard, you're doing this and you're doing that, and then you're seeing you come in and they're like, the movie's supposed to be about you, but you're like the fourth most important character in the movie. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Again, this isn't like Blade 3, where I still think that would be a decision that I wouldn't make, but it's more of an understandable decision because you can say, well, if this is Blade 3, this is him passing the torch. Sure, whatever. This is the first fucking one.
Yeah.
And you're not the main character? Whoever the chick is, call the movie her in and let her just do it. Because I'm done. I understand I understand it. I would have been like, I'll be sitting there with my people and I'm like, is this worth it? Because again, like you said, you're staying in shape, you're doing this, and you're stopping yourself from doing other roles.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the other roles don't need you to be all jacked up and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I'm sure they don't.
It doesn't hurt. There's many roles where they want you to slim down. That they need you to slim down. You can't be as jacked. That does not fit the role.
Right.
And he can't do any of that stuff. Because if he's in a drama, he doesn't need to be all jacked up. Most dramas don't need their character to be super jacked up.
Right, yeah. No, 100%.
So it's like, bro, you're holding him back. And then when he's seeing the crap that they're like, this is what we're going to do, it's the biggest garbage that anybody knows. So you want the movie to fail, right? Like, that's what you're telling me.
That seems that way. I mean, I don't think Feige wants it to fail because when he took a look at all that, he was like, this is garbage. Like, get rid of this. Just the same thing that he did with the Daredevil Born Again, where he was like, no, this is garbage. Get rid of that. So, I mean, I think he wants to get everything back on track, it seems like. It's just like, hire the right people the first time.
Yes.
Like, give them the vision that where it needs to go. Stop, like, we don't need, to go in weird directions for every movie.
No, we don't.
You know what I mean? We have the Marvels for a female-driven movie. Okay, great. Now let's have Blade be Blade. Yes. We don't need Blade's daughter, Blade's mother, Blade's sister. You know what I mean? Golly.
We don't need any of that.
I don't need a life lesson. I want to see.
I don't need a life lesson in all family.
Yeah. Put the life lesson in Spider-Man, goddammit. I don't give a shit about that in Blade. The fuck?
For real. What life lesson I need to learn from Blade, bro? Like, don't want to be a vampire?
Use garlic again and silver against the vampire. That's the life lesson I need right there.
But show me how to become a vampire. I'm on that life lesson. The point is, what do we need on it? Like, I'm here to watch Blade. I'm not here to watch, like you said, all that other stuff. I don't need all that other crap. I'm here to see Blade. What? Yes. I don't get how it's so hard to understand this movie is Blade. Just make it a Blade movie. That's all we want.
That's it.
It's not like you got these fans screaming that we need all this other crap, and no one is. No one. Yeah. And here's the thing, too. When has this succeeded in the past?
I don't know.
Like the biggest thing is when they force these situations. And again, it's awesome. The Marvel's cool. Awesome. Whatever. But what happened in the Avengers when they tried to force that female Avenger moment? Every single human being on the planet shitted on it. It became a meme.
It was whatever. Yeah.
But people didn't like it. It wasn't where people was like empowerment. No, it was the opposite. You got a lot of the stuff with the Eternals, even that movie was just boring in general. A lot of the stuff they tried to force there did not work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a track record of this stuff working because one, you guys don't know how to do it naturally. You force it.
That's the thing. So like, I'm glad you said it that way, because it's like with Gen V, because since we were just talking about that, there is a character who can switch genders and has different powers depending on which gender they are.
Yep.
And it was like, that was so fucking brilliant. And like the way that they went through it, and it was just like that's just who that character was. It wasn't like they are one of the main characters, but it's not like they are the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they have a relationship with the main character, and it's just like it all feels like it's just there. You know what I mean? Well, okay, yeah, okay. It all works. It all blends. There's nothing fucking like, you know, crazy about it. You know, it's just there. It is. Okay, cool. But with, like you're saying, with like Eternals, it just feels out of place. With what they're trying to do with Blade, it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Just call it something else if you're gonna do like, just call it Lilith then. God damn it, just call it something else. And instead of Blade, and like, just learn how to like incorporate it naturally where it doesn't feel so out of place.
God, that was the perfect example, James. That was perfect. Yeah, her character done naturally, perfectly done, cool, makes sense. Can switch gen. It was done perfectly.
Yeah,
they don't know how to do that. They just know how to force it. And like, it has to be a quota now. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. You don't have to do this. Not every movie, like you said earlier, has to go down that route.
Right.
How do you think you guys got here? You wasn't doing that in your past. Now you're forcing that now because you think society is going to like get their pitchforks and come after you. No. You just want good shit. No. We just want good shit. We want shit that makes sense. We just want shit that makes sense.
That's and follows like somewhat along with the comics would be a plus, you know?
Right. Yeah. That would be
maybe just a little bit along with the established material.
Again, it's like it's the same thing, like I said with the Batman. I'm sorry, go on, James.
I was just saying the material that's been here for 65 years, they might be doing something correct.
Maybe. Just maybe. And it's the same thing, like I said, with Batman. If this is the introduction, why is Damian here? And it's the same thing here. If it's because there's a lot of rumors that it could be Blade's daughter and everything and blah, blah, blah. Why?
Right.
You make it seem like this girl was from the get-go. She has now recently become a more prominent character because she was recently introduced, like her stuff with Blade and Miles. That was some cool stuff that they was doing in the comics. So but that's more recent stuff,
right?
Blade didn't start off with this kind of stuff. Batman didn't start off with this. So if this is going to be like the year one, the introduction of Blade, again, they even fucked up Blade's technical introduction in the MCU with that atrocious fucking end scene in the Eternals.
In Eternals. Yeah.
That no one knew that the actual people had to come out and tell us it was Blade. And then everybody around the world at the same time was like, oh.
Yeah. We were like, what? And
all of us was saying tons of different people who that was.
Yeah. Who?
That's what happened. It was that poorly done.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Man.
I'm with you. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with Blade, but the other thing out of that retreat, and I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, but they are talking about bringing back Iron Man and Black Widow now because of just like trying to get any kind of interest back, like all the failures surrounding the MCU. Now they are in talks to bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. and Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow.
Well, one, I've always said Iron Man would come back. Black Widow would come back in one way, shape, or form. Not necessarily saying it had to be Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson, but I knew they would come back no matter what. Because again, this is still the comic world. Death means absolutely nothing.
Right.
So the characters are going
especially in a huge multiversal arc.
Bingo, especially there. So it's super easy to bring back an Iron Man or a Black Widow. But this is what shows how bad things have been going. You technically already have Black Widow's replacement.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're just like, without even actually giving her a legit chance to even do anything, you're just like, nah, she's gonna fail. We need Scarlett back.
Well, I mean, look at what her next project is. Echo, probably, I guess. I think we're getting the trailer for Echo soon. So she's probably going to be in Echo.
Mm-hmm.
And Thunderbolts, where she's going to be on like the worst looking Thunderbolts team that I've ever seen.
God knows it is. God knows it is. So you could already kind of see that one kind of. But
yeah, I am not like, if someone were to say to me 10 years ago that they are gonna make an unexciting Thunderbolts team, I'd be like, how? Sway?
Right.
Thunderbolts is so dope.
Right.
Like, what a dope concept. And like, it's a cool team. And what are you talking about?
Right.
And then they're like, oh, no. Wait till you see what the lineup is. Oh, okay.
Then it's just like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. This is all rumors and speculation, and just there's obviously not great positive vibes coming out of these meetings. And so, one positive thing though that did come out of the meeting, I guess kind of positive. I don't know if you want to count it as positive. Thor 5 is officially in development. And it is true that Taika Waititi is not going to be a part of Thor 5. So he's off the project, and but they are going forward with a Thor 5. So my thing is though, because Chris Hemsworth kind of announced his like semi-retirement, right. What are we gonna do? Like, is he coming back for Thor? Are we like finding a new Thor? Is it going to be Eric Masterson? Are we doing Hercules? Are we what are we doing there? Because Hemsworth has said that he kind of wants to take a little break, which is fine. 100% respect that decision. He's got some family stuff going on. He's got some health, whatever he wants to look after. Cool, I get it. But like, what are we gonna do though? Are we replacing Thor? Is it just gonna be a new Thor? Is it gonna be, Thunderstrike? Is it gonna be? I know it ain't gonna be Jane. Fuck that.
No.
I'll fucking. Oh golly, I'll be all done for sure. I'll sell my whole fucking.
That'll be the first Thor movie. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna go see it. I'm done.
No.
I think he's gonna definitely be in it. I think he kind of has to be in a way, because if he flat out, obviously he could technically be like no, and I don't know I don't know completely how his contract situation is working with them, but if he's definitely going to be killed off, it will be here, and he could technically get killed off at the beginning of the movie where he's not really in it much at all to lead up into. Even though they're going to market him crazy when it's getting closer, obviously. But, I mean, honestly, at the situation they're in right now, they can't do a bait and switch. They're going to have to, if he's not going to be in it much, you basically have to set the premise of, yeah, he's going to die. And then this next person who's going to be the new Thor, this movie's going to be about them. But that could be the case they go down. Or maybe his mindset is, he is semi-retired, and maybe the only movies he's gonna do is the Marvel movies. But I don't. That's a lot of stuff to stay in shape for. I don't know.
Well, that's why he did have some complaints about staying in such great shape. especially with Thor 4, where he had basically like a nude scene.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know, but he
Yeah, a
also
lot of
said that.
superhero actors come out and say that too, though. A lot of them had that issue.
Well, of course. I mean, that's not a natural look at all. I mean, there's nothing natural about it. Even I mean, Henry Cavill has come out and said the worst part is the dehydration leading up to your scenes, where you're just like you're just in constant migraines and
Hugh Jackman
just
said the same thing.
feel sluggish. Hugh Jackman has said it.
Yeah.
For all the bodybuilders that have come out, Arnold has
Yeah.
talked about it, the
Yeah.
unhealthiness. He said that people who don't know how to do it correctly, they pass out and faint when they're trying to flex and everything, because they're just not ready for it.
Right.
I mean, it's a serious thing. Like you are pushing your body to the absolute limit and depriving it of the nutrients in that week leading up to showtime, basically, and water especially, and like you're drying out. Like that's why your skin's so thin. That's why you can see the muscles. That's everything that's going on. So it is a lot of stress and strain on the body, for an incredible payoff. Obviously, we're not going to sit here and talk about like it's not worth how he looks on screen, because he looks incredible, but it is definitely an unrealistic expectation to be set. And so, yeah, I mean, that is part of why he said it was so tough to do those movies, and why he was kind of leaning towards walking away to begin with. And then what he was walking away from as well was because of there was like Alzheimer's in his family. He was worried about like, what if he had it? He wanted to spend more time with his wife and his kids, and everything like that. Again, completely respectable. But it's just like, okay, so where does that leave us with, the Thor franchise, future of what he's doing? Is he going to be in this movie, type of thing?
Oh man, this is a very interesting situation, because definitely with, even again, like you said, I'll say again too, rumors, not the Thor stuff, but the other stuff was rumors, but there's probably a whole lot of fire to that smoke, because smoke to that fire, whatever the stupid saying is, because if I'm back there, I'm kind of thinking too, yeah, we probably do need Robert Downey Jr. back. We probably do need Scarlett Johansson back. We probably need to figure this out. Maybe we need Cap back. We need a real Cap. 'Cause this is bad. And with the Thor situation, maybe if you get some of those guys back, it can help with if we're gonna have to get a new Thor. All I'm thinking is he's either gonna die early on in the movie, or he's definitely gonna die at the end of the movie, and then they'll probably be replacing him with whatever they go through next. If it's a whole new female Thor, or if it's a new guy they got picked for, whatever that situation is, that will happen at the end of this. I would be shocked if he lives at the end of this movie, unless it comes out saying he signed a new deal.
Right.
Before the movie comes out and it's like, oh, he signed a new deal. Okay. He'll be around for a little while longer. But if that don't come out, I would be beyond shocked if he lives in this movie.
I'm just gonna see. Yeah, okay. So he's only 40. I mean, he could definitely sign another 5 years at least. So it's not like it's not like he's aged out or nothing crazy like that. So yeah, he could definitely be out for a couple more movies if he wanted to.
If he wanted to.
If he wanted to. All right, so we have Deadpool 3. Not great news. That has been postponed indefinitely.
Again?
Postponed again, just because of all the strikes and everything that have been going on. They no longer have any kind of release date in mind. So that has been postponed indefinitely. So we're not sure when that's coming out, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then we have
very close. I'm hoping that they are closer to that movie being finished, and they're not like really in the middle of it, because again, Hugh Jackman is not in the Spring Chicken.
I don't know.
So
they're also like they don't even know what the title of the movie is going to be. Like they're just they don't know. They don't know.
Man, dude, what happened to Marvel, man? Like seriously, what has happened?
I don't know. But I mean, look, I honestly I think that movie is going to be exactly what we think it is. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
It's gonna be that same Deadpool humor. You know, it's gonna be the
Right.
same blood and guts.
Right.
It's gonna be a Deadpool movie, and I really don't. I mean, I remember like the first Deadpool movie dropped, and I was like, this is gonna be garbage. Like this is gonna be absolute trash. Like who likes Deadpool at all anyway? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then when I watched it, me, Alexis, and her dad watched it, and I was like, bro, this is a fucking hilarious movie. This movie is great.
Right.
Like, I can't believe how they did it. The seamless like back and forth from from present to past was like seamless.
Right.
They did a really good job with it. And then Deadpool 2, you know, it was all right. You know, it wasn't as good, I think, as the first, but it still held up. And so I think Deadpool 3 is just gonna be the same. Like it's gonna hold up. You know, it might not be phenomenal or anything like that, but it's just gonna be a Deadpool movie where it's like, okay, you know, that's funny. Oh my god, he just like ripped that dude in half type of thing. Like that, you know, that kind of crazy stuff that we should expect. And Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. And you know, that's what we're gonna get. So I'm not concerned about this movie at all. It's just like, are we gonna do it? Could we stop having a million fucking rumors about who's gonna cameo in it? I don't give a fuck if Taylor Swift is in this movie. I really don't.
Oh,
And
I don't.
you know, et cetera, type of thing.
See, that's what I'm. That's really like the only. And to be fair to them, if I'm gonna give them at least one thing, they unless I'm wrong, and correct me if I am, I don't think they technically said this is a Wolverine and Deadpool movie. We don't know how long he's gonna even be in.
We don't know. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
but
we don't know. It could really just be a, you know, he can be in there for 30, 40 minutes. You know, we don't
know. They have like said that some of the titles they've played around with is Deadpool versus Wolverine. So
now if they go there, that's when it's different though.
If that's true, I don't know. But if that's true, then we can expect Wolverine to be in there for a little bit longer.
If it's Deadpool versus Wolverine, I expect his ass to be in there for the whole movie.
Of course. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. We expect him to be in there for longer. Like, AKA, you know, like you said, the whole movie. But if they're just kind of like being whatever, Deadpool 3 with Wolvie or I don't know what the fuck the other titles they said they were playing with. But if they're just bullshitting us, then who knows?
I mean, me personally, I would call it like, especially.
I just call it Deadpool.
Maybe
3.
if it was me,
why do you need?
It depends on.
Hey, Gus, I saw your text, buddy. I'm excited for you to come to North Carolina. We are definitely doing some kind of dinner or something. His name is Gustavo Marino, but I call him Gustavo Magneto. And he's awesome. So I'm excited for him to come through.
Good to have you out here, brother. But if it's me, I would probably call it Deadpool 3, and I would have like the Wolverine claws on the name, like on the title, basically. It's like cutting into the Deadpool stuff of the name. I would do
just
something
like the Jurassic Park 3.
Basically like that, but we will all know it's Wolverine's claws, basically. So we would know that. So I think that would be what I would do. And then you're not technically saying that he's going to be in there that long, because again, I don't know. But yeah, man. Again, I hope. God,
I am 100% sure that's exactly what they're going to fucking do for that poster. Yeah. There's no way they don't have the Wolverine. Either the claws, like themselves, going straight up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Or like you said, the slash, where it's the three slash. Yeah, there's no way they don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we thought of that, then they definitely are doing
that. Right. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you know, even though, you know,
Marvel, you can cut us a check at whatever time you want for giving you that idea. You're welcome.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. Oh shit! But speaking of movies, as far as production stages go, Joker 2 is in final production stages.
Okay.
Oh, okay, bro. All right. Joker 2. The thing with Joker 2 though is that they're talking about it being a super risky movie, and they're not sure how it's going to come across.
I mean, because remember, all the stuff is saying it's like more of a musical.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's definitely risky. Because I mean, for like a fan like myself, I lost interest because of that. I don't care for musicals like that, and I don't really want to see a Joker musical. But the first one, in a lot of ways, had a lot of musical aspect to it too. But if you're making your whole movie basically that, I just don't have the interest for that. So it's definitely
Right.
risky. It's definitely risky, but it can still be great. You just, that's the part of the risk. It could still be an excellent movie. I don't know, but it's just when you hear that, a lot of fans like myself are gonna say, "Ah, I still want to see it."
I still think that it's just going to be Harley's delusions. I've talked about this before.
Mhm.
In Joker 1, when he was kind of like having his delusions, he would dance. I
Right,
wouldn't necessarily call Joker 1 a ballet, but
right,
he did have dancing scenes. I think
yeah,
that that's going to be kind of the same thing with Joker 2, that Harley's just going to have singing delusions. And that's just gonna be what it is. I wouldn't necessarily call that a musical, but if I think it has to be like half of it. It has to be song if it's gonna be a musical. So
right,
uh, I can't see that happening, but we'll see. It is Lady Gaga, so who knows?
yeah,
Um, either way, you know what? If they're gonna take some risks, now's the time to take some fucking risks when nobody really, knows what's going on. We have that standard formula of superhero content right now, so for it to go outside of that is, in my book, a kind of a positive right now.
I can't disagree with that because I definitely when you explain it like that, because God knows, like especially looking at the whole track record of what DC has been putting out of late. I mean, you
Mhm.
might as well take a risk
Might as well.
because whatever formula you've been using has been straight up garbage. So
Ass.
you might as ass and stank ass. You know what I'm saying? Not that nice booty that you just like, yeah, man, I can't wait to have fun with her. No, this that stank ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like they gotta try something. They need to try something. They better try something. At
Shit,
this
that's
point.
funny. Yeah, so I'm with it. We'll see what happens. I'm still gonna give it a shot. I really like
Yeah.
Joker 1, despite me not thinking I was not gonna like it. All the
Mm-hmm.
way leading up, through the trailer, through everything, going to see it, I was like,
Yeah.
this is probably gonna be awful, and then
Right.
I fucking loved it. So I know not everyone liked that movie, but I was on the positive side for it. And while we're on DC, I think this is the last thing that to talk about for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the villain reported for the sequel to the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, the Reeves Batman, is going to be Hush. Apparently, Hush is going to be the sequel villain. So,
Huh.
what do you think about Hush as the villain?
Damn, it seemed to be a different villain almost every week, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Because we've gone through a few.
We have. We went through a few. I mean, I thought Clayface was going to be the leading guy.
Clayface was the main dude for a while,
It was other people that we named
which is
beforehand.
fine with me because I've been trying to pick up a Clayface comic, the first Silver Age Clayface, and it's just been so expensive because everyone thinks it's going to be the villain. So if it is going to be Hush, that's fantastic because that's like a modern book, and I don't give a shit
Yeah.
about that, and I want the Clayface.
I mean, so Hush makes more sense in the aspect of, especially when he was talking all that stuff about not wanting supernatural stuff. Hush would make more sense in that part of that world.
Yes.
I want Clayface though.
Yeah.
I would be way
I'm,
more excited for Clayface, not as excited for Hush because Hush is fine, but at no point in time where I ever really believed in him being like legit. Where
so
Clayface, I don't know. That's just me.
okay, that's interesting. Why? So why wouldn't you think Hush was like a legit villain?
Not okay. I should be careful. He is a legit villain. Well, you know what? Yeah, like what I mean is, I never saw him as the threat that other villains were. Like, I never truly believed in Hush really gonna be the guy to get the job done. And he's had some nice moments and some dark moments, but I never really seen it as like Hush is really the threat that some of these other villains that Batman deal with
Okay.
are. And
But
that's
if they're going for that non-supernatural element, then and they kind of amp him up a little bit. So they definitely would have to make him more of a threat. I agree with you. As far as like not having supernatural elements, he's good there. And then if they're going to continue this like mystery crime noir type feel that they've had with the first one, I think that Hush would fit in perfectly with that style.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying that Hush is a better fit for that. I'm just saying, for me, I want Clayface, but Hush makes perfect sense. And again, look at what they did and made the Riddler perfectly fine in it. And he was and the Penguin was awesome in the first one, all that stuff. So,
and this doesn't mean they can't have other villains.
Yeah. I don't think Hush is going to be bad whatsoever, and he might even be the only villain, like you said. And I don't think Hush is going to be bad as the main villain. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I personally want Clayface more. I think Clayface would be more interesting, and I would rather have Clayface. But Hush is fine. I have no issue with Hush being there. He's not. It's not like they got Condiment Man coming out here. They're like, he's gonna be the main motherfucking villain of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, man, this is.
What if they had Hush kill Condiment Man?
All right, that'd be awesome.
Yo, if they had Hush just like slaughtering all these fucking C-rated villains, he just goes out like the opening scene is him killing Condiment Man. Later he kills Kite Man. Then he's got Eraserhead, just fucking kills that dude too. He's just killing all these motherfuckers, and then Batman's like, "All right, now I'll take care of him." Like he got rid of all the trash for me, and then now I'm gonna go after him.
That would be dope. You know what else would be dope too? That would, God knows, now I want that to happen. Come on, Hush, get the job done. You know what else would be dope though? If like it's not that, but if the main villain was like that ventriloquist, that the mob guy.
Yeah, Scarface. I can't think
yes. What if that was that? That could be actually really cool.
We talked about that on this show. We said that Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Tom Hanks for Scarface / ventriloquist.
Yeah.
And that would be fucking dope as shit.
That would be dope. Yeah. That would be cool. But Hush is fine.
Gus says Hush was an alter ego of the Riddler in the TV show, wasn't he? Are we talking about Batman Adventures? Because I think Batman Adventures was before Hush even was released in the comics.
Right.
Hush is I haven't watched, if there's anything like post or since Hush, I haven't watched anything besides the animated Batman Hush movie. So I really couldn't tell you. I really don't know. But Hush is like relatively recent. I mean, Jim Lee did the artwork. I think we're talking about like 2012. So within the last decade, Hush has been around.
Again, Hush would be fine. Hush is not a bad guy. And this one is like confirmed?
No, it's just reported.
Okay,
so
this
is not confirmed. This is
next week could be another guy.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, next week it's gonna be
fucking. It's like what we do, you know. Where each week is just a whole new villain.
Next week it is the Condiment Man.
Condiment Man next week, he's gonna be reported as the next guy. Oh my god, this is great. I'm actually starting to love this. But no, yeah, Hush would be fine. No, Hush would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, again, I was kind of excited for Clayface. Clayface, like recently though, has been more of a joke. I don't know if like, especially with the Harley Quinn show, like he was just kind of this Shakespearean thing that was around.
To be fair, everybody's a joke on that though.
Well, of course. But I'm just talking about like he didn't even like he wasn't even really trying to be a villain.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, on that show, there were still like, villains out there killing each other or being evil or whatever. He was just kind of, he really was a joke. But we'll see. We'll see.
And that's the thing too, because if they did Clayface, and since we were talking about the animated series, and you do something like how they did it when Clayface showed up, and he had that girl who loved him and everything, you can make Clayface a real sympathetic figure.
Oh, for sure.
And have him like, just like, have him love her back and everything. And don't have to be like he's abusive, but she loved, no, don't be that garbage. But have him love her back and like, but he's trying to still be that actor and all this other stuff. And this cream is helping him stay together. And but like he could be a great sympathetic figure where the fans are just behind him too. But at the same time, you're like, Batman's gonna have to do what he gotta do. But that could be awesome. Like there's so many great ways you can do that. But again, Hush makes more sense in their thing. And even though it's pretty simplistic of what I can see them doing with him, it still could be good though.
Hush is just not a sympathetic villain.
No, not at all. No, so it's going to be pretty simple on the grand scheme of things on what he's doing.
Which is why he can't be the only villain.
Right.
Especially if they're going to do
the Riddler, honestly. Because even when they did go with the Riddler, it was still the Riddler. They didn't do anything outrageous with him. It was still the Riddler. But he couldn't be the only villain. Like you couldn't make the movie would have not been as good if he was just the only guy there.
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah, I mean it's just like so if it is it can't just be Hush. Like just like you said, like it can't just be the Riddler. So they're gonna have to figure something out with that for sure.
Right.
Yeah, right. I'm with you. All right, we got anything else before we wrap up?
No, I think that's it for this week. I think that's it for this week. I am gonna me and Dean are gonna talk off camera about something for next week. Next week's episode could be pretty damn special, but I'll talk to him about it and we'll see how it goes. Either way, next week's episode is gonna be special anyway. But
yes, of course. Of course, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Hit that like button for us, whether you're still stuck with us or on the replay. We appreciate you. As always, stay villainous.